Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Patrouille. It's nice to meet you. Let's just get into it. I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, so I've just written everything down so I don't forget anything because every detail matters. Okay, so as you've seen on the thumbnail, I want to talk about some side hustles that people seem to really like to talk about that you can make easy money. Spoiler alert, most are not worth your time. So I'm going to let you know which ones are definitely not worth it and which ones I had the best of luck with. So I'm a stay-at-home mom and I've tried a lot of these easy money making side hustles. I end up on that side of things a lot of the time. I see these around and, well, I try them because I guess I like wasting my time.
I've tried transcribing, survey apps, Facebook Marketplace selling, Etsy, and uploading on Shutterstock.
All of these things that people say you can do during a nap time. I wanted to do something that was flexible, and I ended up wasting many hours for pennies. So you don't have to. Okay, let's get into it with our first one. This was really popular. Was it a year ago? 2 years ago? And it was rev.com. If you haven't heard of it, it is a website that you listen to various videos and audio and you write the captions for them and transcribe it. I think signing up and getting approved for that is pretty exciting, I guess. Okay, so it seems simple at first. You do get paid for doing their little tutorials. You have like a certain amount of tutorial time that you get before you're considered a transcriptionist. So the tutorials are paid for, and that's great. I went into this thinking that it was going to be a fun thing that I could do, and I realized after a lot of effort that there was very little rewarded. A lot of the audio and video that is posted on there is not. Some of those ones you can forfeit them so that you don't get penalized. When you forfeited it, the last hour you've spent trying to transcribe that, it'll be gone. So you kind of want to finish it if you can. Once this got really popular, I noticed there's a huge decline in the amount available and the quality of videos available. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you could find really good ones, some easy ones. It tells you how much time it should take and how much you get paid for it. You're looking for the fastest ones possible that you can make the most earnings. At least I did. Good for fast typists, people with high accuracy. It's really not realistic for tired moms who have such a small amount of space in their day to do this. You can't sit down for a few hours and be working on this. You'll be coming back to it over and over again. My days are cut up into like 10-minute increments where I have a little bit of free time to go do the stuff I need to do, and this is just not realistic for me. Earning potential, I would say yes, it's a legit website. If you are in a bind and you have a few hours and you can type quickly and accurately, you could try it out. Why not? More recently, I have tried Etsy because ChatGPT told me to. It told me that I could sell printables and I could create digital products. Well, you see everyone online selling printables, and you're like, great, let me try that as well. Here's the real news, and you're going to be shocked by this. That doesn't work. I even tried designing little characters that I could put on hats, but because I am not a creative enough person, I can design these things, but I can't manufacture it. I really enjoyed the creativity. My Etsy shop made not a single sale. It takes a lot more work than you would expect. Designing and listing and the photos and learning the SEO. You need to post it everywhere. You can't just make it and then hope that somebody comes across it, because most likely they won't. And if you have no reviews and very few listings, people aren't going to think you're legit and they are not going to buy your stuff. And having no sales is really discouraging. Would I recommend this? You have a lot of creative freedom. You have potential to earn. People do have this as a full-time job. And there's lots of helpful tutorials and seller communities online, so you can communicate with others about what you should change, what works, but you need to do major marketing. I think this is really good for small shops, people with homemade goods, but it is just overwhelmed right now with digital products, and it is hard to get any kind of traction there. I might just keep up with it just because it's kind of fun to do. Etsy does charge you, like posting it, they charge you, they take a percentage of when you sell. So just keep in mind what price you're putting things at. Moving on. Survey apps. Okay, I'm sure everyone has seen people offering this survey app, that survey app. I've tried multiple survey apps. I'm not going to name the ones that I tried, but if you can think of one, I probably tried it. If they work at all, you're going to be earning cents on like one survey. And if you even get through the whole thing, because they're looking for a particular person, and based off those questions that you answer, you're either qualified or you're not, and you don't get paid for part of their survey being filled out. So a lot of the time, even if they've offered it to you, it might not be for you. So you will get disqualified halfway through. So if you spent 10 minutes filling out questions for fun because you felt like there was nothing else to do in that moment and you were just trying to do something, yeah, this is just not it for me. I did not like this at all. It was time consuming, it was boring. I just don't think it's worth it at all. I did find one that was actually really good. They're giving gift cards back in the day. But since then, this app got taken down. My guess, it probably went bankrupt because there's no way that you can give people enough to make it satisfying for them to do these and also make a profit off of selling your personal information. Do I recommend these? No. Next one. Shutterstock. I keep seeing people promote Shutterstock as a perfect passive income. I'm here to tell you it's not perfect, but it is passive because you post it and then years down the line you might get something, but don't rely on it. So I uploaded photos of food, textures, slow-mos, but these are very oversaturated. There's just so many people wanting to make passive income. Wow, in this economy, shocker. Getting photos accepted feels like a win, but they do have standards. So if your content doesn't fit sellable niche, it will not get accepted if it's not quality. You can't just post anything. They will put it as an AI video where you might get to have the chance to earn 10th of a cent if they use it for their AI models. I uploaded 60 photos 3 years ago, and I to this day have made $7. So, if you want to make legitimate passive income, like these people say they do, where they're making like $2,000 a month passive income from this, you're going to need thousands of photos. Like, I'm talking 15,000 photos uploaded on this thing. And they have to be like pretty good quality. 3 years ago, when I did this, they weren't so specific about your uploads, but now they are. And also, they don't get accepted right away. This is perfect for you if you are already into photography and you have a lot of your photos just sitting in storage. You think that they're good and you don't feel like selling them as prints, opening up a little local shop with your framed photos. If you want, you can post them on there and maybe get a little bit of earnings. But you need to know the trends and you need to know your keywords. Otherwise, nobody's going to find it. So the earnings are very low and it's hard to get visibility. But you're going to have to work really hard at the beginning before it becomes passive. That's going to get lots of downloads. So would I recommend this? Yeah, I guess to a photographer, maybe. The average person that's taking photos of their kids, and I'm not the kind of person upload my kids on this thing. I'm just like, no thanks. Next, Facebook Marketplace. Selling old things on Marketplace. Anything. I thought it would be easy. Possibly it doesn't work where I live. I think people, they really just haggle over $3. People refinish furniture and be able to sell it for profit on Facebook Marketplace. And maybe that works in other areas. But where I live, the reality is there's a lot of back and forth messaging. A lot of the time people will book to come see or pick up and they will ghost. And then you're sitting there wondering, is this worth it? And wasted time that comes with this. I think big ticket items, maybe redone furniture, that can work. I know people who have bought furniture off of Facebook Marketplace. The best way to describe it is, and I just found that a lot of the time stuff doesn't really sell in my area. Like everyone's asking for so much for furniture that has been very used. So if you're trying to buy stuff off of Marketplace and then try and do a quick turnaround and sell it again, I just don't think that's really feasible. Let's wrap things up. A lot of people push online that these are easy and very rewarding, and for the most part, it's just not what they say it is. Some things I might keep trying, like stock photos or Etsy, because I like to be creative, but I'm not going to expect earnings from it. The only real one on here that I can see as like an actual job where I can have a rev. So, if you've actually tried something and it worked for you, comment below. Love to know if you know of anything that's been worth it. And if you have any ideas of what you want me to try, let me know and I'll probably test it out because I've kind of just made this a hobby of mine just out of curiosity. I just need to try them. I hope that this clears some stuff up. If you are looking into any of these things, I hope you've learned at least something. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents. It was nice hanging with you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Subscribe, like this video if you learned one thing, and I will see you next time. Bye.